the alien spaceship. Also, we are back from before when we had a issue with the connection. So here I am. I'm back here. Hello, everybody. So basically, what occurred was there's a problem with, I don't know, something could be happening in general, or something could be happening to a situation specifically where it could be from, they had these solar flares that were hitting our planet. And I don't know, maybe that could be causing it, but sometimes the provider is known to have some issues, although it's not cheap or anything, but it's known to have some issues. So basically, hello, it's Alien Spaceship, and we're doing this new phone live. So yeah, hope everybody's been having a good Saturday. And I intended to go live earlier, but I had to go get some stuff done. Then what occurred was we then was going to do it from the computer, but then the microphone and the camera had a problem. So I had to go and restart the computer to have that done. Then I was glad to do that, but then when I restarted the computer, there seemed to be some issues with some kind of connection problem. So I reset everything, but still problem persisted. And I don't know what's going on exactly, but it's something that is happening in different places. It's not just here. And there was recently a solar outburst. So see how that goes. Yeah. So hello, Nomad. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome. Yeah, Nomad, I hope you had a good Saturday. I intended to do it earlier, but I wasn't able to because I had to get something done. It didn't take long. And I went to go start the stream, and the camera, I noticed, wasn't working. And then I noticed then that the microphone wasn't. I restart the computer to get that fixed. I'm scared. Gracious greetings, Eugene. I'm glad that you're here with me. I appreciate you very much. So when I tap the heart, do you see them? It doesn't show the hearts emojis, but it still works. You putting the heart emojis works. But, and look, my phone's a little bit outdated, but it could show if I have to update it at some point, but I don't see it, but I don't know if other people would see it, hypothetically. But no, the chat will see it. So when you press the heart button, the chat will be able to see it. I don't see it on my end, but the chat will see it. So I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with me, but it certainly, I don't see it on my end. But thank you, Strainer, for doing that. I appreciate it. Yeah, so basically with the prisoners in New Orleans, there is 3 that were caught. There was 1 that was caught last night, yesterday, and there was hey, whoever did the last Stranded's watching. Yeah. So, and you could hear sirens out in the distance, and they caught the person, and all the 7 other people are still in the loose. It's like a wild goose chase, but they're a bunch of Timu geese. Technically geese, right? So, and when I was going to, and recently the streams have been working very well. Recently, they're working very well, but there has been some situations where there's been some situations. Okay, they have 3, and there is a 4th person, but the 4th person was falsely identified. I'll go, and I did a video about it earlier. That's what I was working on this morning around, it was 10 o'clock. No, it was 7 o'clock in the morning or something when I released it, but basically they did catch, 7 left. Oh, hello, Mary Toodles. It's great to see you. And as I said, I am, shout out to the trial chat people. Very cool. Okay, one eye looking at us, the other eye's looking at the vending machine. Well, yeah, you see basically the vending machine I'm looking at is from Temu, and they have all kinds of stuff in it. Yeah, so That is the vending machine that I'm looking at. There's all kinds of cheap things to look at, and but also to look at my chat because I'm getting distracted by the vending machine. All right. I'll read you all about this thing with the inmates right now. All right, here we go. So, video shows 10 inmates escaping New Orleans jail. 7 remain on the run. This was May 17, 25, 6:44 p.m. This was written. All right. As I said, remember yesterday, I was telling another stream that I was on Friday about this, and somebody else was, giving them information before I got there because I was doing a stream last night. And I wasn't there quite yet, but I was confirming what the other person said. So now I'll read to you what this new update is. All right. 10 inmates considered armed and dangerous escaped a New Orleans jail Friday morning, and it's believed they had inside help. The New Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office said 3 inmates have been captured and 7 remain at large. Earlier, the Sheriff's Office had 11 inmates and had escaped the jail, but updated the count later Friday. Keith Lewis was incorrectly identified as an escapee. So I was telling you all somebody escaped that wasn't really there. That's who I was talking about. So that was the escapee that wasn't actually captured because they were already incarcerated. Sheriff Susan Houston said during the news conference, "There's no way for anyone to have gotten in this facility without help from the outside," she said. All right. Hey, alien here, but back and forth doing some things, but with you. All right. Thank you, Anna. I intended to go live earlier, but there was as I said, the microphone. Okay, the camera wasn't working, and I'm thinking, I spent $60-something on this. It's not that much, but I don't know. Depending on who you're asking, that could be a fortune to somebody. But it wasn't that much, but it's like it was under $100. Let's put it that way. So I'm thinking it was just a few years ago. I've not been using it a lot. There's like no way there could have been an outage from it can't be not working. And I was thinking, and then I noticed the microphone wasn't working either. And I used it this morning, so I'm really thinking about it. I'm looking at different options, and the best thing to do is reset the computer just to turn on and off. But then when I turn it back on, the stream connection thing was not really doing what it was supposed to be doing. Like before that, it was working perfect. Like if I would have went live, the stream would have worked perfectly. Then, but as I said, sometimes Cox is known to be stupid. It's not cheap either. And then there was no water. So there was an incident where the water pressure was low, where there was no water. So the city has some problems, but there are some solar flares happening that are hitting the planet. That could be a possibility. But I will say, the stream's been going great lately, and y'all are helping me out a lot with that, and I appreciate it. Now, we're going to go back to the prison jail thing. Okay, I haven't forgotten about that, but let's get a little side conversation. For Anna. And then I see Luigi on your hoodie. Yeah, that Luigi, the OG Luigi, not the one that's in prison right now. That's funny. All right. Yeah, it's said comment, no chat, but yeah, you said so to keep trying. My phone is messed up, switched to a new one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, as I said, usually the streams work perfectly fine, but as I said, just sometimes things happen. I've noticed some other YouTubers having some problems with it. All right, so let's see if this is friendly right here. All right, so now we're going to... The inmates were discovered missing during a routine head count conducted at 8:30 a.m. local time at Orleans Parish Jail. According to the Sheriff's Office, they are believed to have escaped sometime just after midnight. The Sheriff said that around 12:23 a.m., the inmates yanked siding jail cell door off At 1:01 a.m., they exited the jail after breaching a wall behind a toilet. Oh, hello, Frog. Good to see you, buddy. The other stream. So earlier, when I was going to go live, it wasn't working. So I reset everything, and then I was going to go back, and it was like, and I was going to wait an hour and come back, and it didn't work. The toilet and bolts were removed using toiletry items, and sheriff said, but didn't specify what items were. The inmates then scaled down a wall and ran across the interstate. All right. Looking at the vending machine again, the Orleans County Sheriff's Office on Friday night released security video of extraordinary escape, which shows inmates sprinting out of the prison and then traversing the freeway. The escaped inmates also scrawled obscene messages of the guards, one of which misspelled to easy LOL. Too easy. You see, when they do stuff like this, it makes a humiliation of the Louisiana, it makes a humiliation of the state. And I think that it's something that it's extremely embarrassing to the city. Another thing is that, so when the inmates were caught, they were shipped off from a helicopter or a plane, and they're going to be sent to a different location. And everybody's joking that they're going to be being sent to El Salvador, most likely. So all of those inmates were in the same cell. I don't understand. I think that there isn't really much information about if they were in the same cell or not. Well, you could go get off the stream and go take what you have to do, and go into the Temu toilet and do what you have to do. Right. And also, Mary said it's like Shawshank Redemption. Now, if Mary Jules didn't say that, I said that. So I was actually watching a scene from that last night. And yeah, so we don't know if they're in the same cell or not, but they are likely in the same unit. And maybe they were in the same cell because they were saying that somebody that was supposed to be part of their group was in another cell. Maybe they were in the same cell, or they're in the same unit. But it's not clear what the truth is exactly about that. They didn't make that clear. The Orleans County Sheriff's Office on Friday night released security video of the extraordinary escape, which shows the inmates sprinting out of the prison and traversing the freeway. Yeah, we're not in the mood for saggy Temu trolls that are in the basement who can't, figure out how to do a live stream of their own. They can't get a girlfriend. They, just their life's just miserable, So they, as I said, this basement is boring, to them. I understand that, but you have to have, hatred for this wonderful alien right in front of you. All right. So I know they want attention. They want Temu attention. I know. And continuing on Saturday, Louisiana State Police posted on X saying the 3 captured were taken to a secure state facility and that the search remains active with multiple agencies working nonstop. Authorities also increased monetary rewards. Yeah, Frog, the barbecuing them is a good idea, yeah. On Saturday, Louisiana State Police posted on X saying 3 captured were taken to a secure state facility, and the search remains active with multiple agencies were working nonstop. Authorities also increased monetary awards for information that leads to arrests of the escapees. To encourage valuable tips, ATF collaboration with Crime Stoppers GNO is now offering a 5,000 reward in addition to the 2,000 reward from the Crime Stoppers and the 5,000 reward from the FBI State Police. All right, here's a picture. Put a bag over their head, and they're going to be in a helicopter, and they're going to be brought somewhere else, not going to see the light of day again. We'll never hear from those people again. Scared. Troopers and partner agencies worked overnight to find the 7 remaining escapees from Orleans Parish Jail. 3 are in custody in LSP Air Support SWAT. Got taken to Area 86 and transferred them to the secure state facility. The search remains active with multiple agencies working nonstop. I know it's a spit mask. I know. But as I said, it's real like symbolic also. It's really because the person was being hostile, so that was the reason why they put it on there. He was being combative, so they had a spit mask on. They called it that. All right. On the delay in discovering the breakout, Houston said, "You gotta go inside the facility to be able to see they could have been in there, been anywhere. Then we have to prioritize taking to victims to make sure they were safe." Mary said one of the new guys that were caught gotten his hair done and got a new outfit. He had camp pants with a shark face on them, camo pants. I don't know how there had to be some inside information about how they're able to do that. You know, they had to have gotten some outside help, in my opinion. It's really ridiculous. We do acknowledge there is no way people can get out of the facility without there being some time of lapse in security, Houston said. Stern said, "Imagine getting out of jail to get your hair done. Scared." Houston said it's believed the escapees received help from jail staff or deputies. Yes, more time added, correct. We do acknowledge there is no way people can get out of this facility without there being some time of lapse in security, Houston said. Hilarious, Mary. New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said hey, overtime, good to see you, buddy. A shout out to you. So in New Orleans, there is a jailbreak that occurred, as you know. Yeah, much love to you too. Oh, hello there, Bill Fisher. All right, Danny. Hello there, buddy. Thank you, Danny, for acknowledging what you did and that it won't happen again. Okay, thank you, thank you, friend. Hope that you're having a good week, a good weekend. All right. And also, DJ Overtime, it's great to see you. And we're talking about a situation that has occurred where there's this, prison break, and they caught 3 people, but there's going to be some more that are going to be coming out. All right. Thanks, Alien Spaceship. Glad to be here. I'm just chilling, going through some records and cleaning up the apartment. Ah, okay. Okay. And here we go. We're going to New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said one inmate has since been apprehended in downtown New Orleans, though facial recognition caught by surveillance camera. Louisiana State Police identified escape Kendall Miles and said Miles tried to flee on foot before being apprehended without further incident. The sheriff's office and deputies found Miles hiding beneath a car at the Hotel Monteleone, which I've been to the Monteleone Hotel with Mary Toodles. Very beautiful. It's a place that I love to hang out at. It's a very beautiful place. And he was under the car. I mean, that's not really the best place to hide, in my opinion, but, we may have had not many options. And also, I see a question from Anna. Alien. Was wondering about something to do, we think aliens are beings from other planets or just fallen angels. Yeah. And also, all right. So basically, Anna, I think okay, I'm going to derail the conversation because she asked me that question. And we're still on the New Orleans thing, but I got to do this. Okay, so originally, my friend, code name for him will be Douglas. When the guy I went to school with, him and I would talk about this, and we thought the aliens are from other planets, but they were in cahoots with Satan, the fallen angels. And they were going to, they were in cahoots with them, and they're part of the end times and stuff. But they were aliens from another planet that were evil, or they got corrupted. Now, also, there could be some aliens that are good too. But a lot of the ones we're seeing either are not good, or they see us as guinea pigs. And I do believe there are aliens, there are other life forms out there. But I do believe a lot of sightings that we see have to do with fallen angels. So I think, to answer your question in layman's terms, I think both are true. But a lot of stuff we see are either influenced by fallen angels, or it's them themselves disguising themselves as aliens. So either they're aliens that became evil, or they're aliens, not aliens at all, and they're just fallen angels, the Watchers, disguised as aliens. But I do believe there are aliens on other planets. So I believe both are true. In playing devil's advocate here, hypothetically, the fallen angels could be taking the form of the real aliens to cause a deception. So sometimes you might see an alien, other times you might see something that isn't an alien that's from a fallen angel. So as I said, I wouldn't trust them. Not saying all aliens are bad, but we approach it with caution. And I believe that there are aliens, and there are some that are fallen angels pretending to be aliens. So I hope that answered your question. And if I cause confusion, or you want more explicit detail, I'll make myself more clear. All right, hello, 5 Cats. It's great to see you. And a shout out to Danny, and it's a very noble thing what you did to acknowledge a wrong, and I appreciate your apology. Thank you. And Eugene says, I think extraterrestrials exist but can't get here, and think that aliens on Earth are demons, fallen angels. Yeah, you see, that there's a theory, Anna, that the aliens do not have contact with us because we're a fallen world, or that the aliens could be there on another planet, and they're so advanced that we cannot see them, that they're like invisible, or they're there and we just don't comprehend it. So basically, there's a theory that aliens are from some other planet, but there's a theory that the aliens we see are actually demons that are pretending to be aliens, and that the aliens that are in existence cannot have access to our world because we're fallen. And there's other civilizations God made that are not fallen. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That might be. That's another theory. I think that there are aliens that have visited our planet. And I do think there are fallen angels that are pretending to be aliens. There you go. Scared. Scared. The sheriff's office said deputies found Miles hiding beneath a car at a Hotel Montelion parking lot garage. He was returned to Orleans Parish Jail and is being rebooked with new charges, simple escape, and the sheriff said. Going back to what I was saying before, New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said one inmate has been apprehended in downtown New Orleans through facial recognition caught by a surveillance camera. New Orleans Police Department identified the escaped Kendall Miles and said Miles tried to flee on foot, was apprehended without further incident. The sheriff's office said deputies found Miles hiding beneath a car in Hotel Montelion parking garage. He was returned to Orleans Parish Jail and being rebooked with a new charge of simple escape, the sheriff said. All right, hello, Anunnaki, my man. Good to see you, buddy. Greetings, humans of planet Earth. How do you all do this miserable Saturday of the fake Gregorian year of 2025? Still suffering? Good, very good. All right. So, basically, I'm doing good. Now, I was intending to go live a little bit much earlier, but as I said, I had to go do something, and I get something done, and then I went back here, and then my microphone and camera both were not working. So when they both were not working, I was like, what's going on here? Is it broken or something? Then I had troubleshoot with my computer. I'm like, all right. So I did the external hard drive doesn't work. So I'm thinking, okay, the computer's glitching. Hopefully it's not a bigger issue. So the internet suggested to restart the computer. So I got everything working, but after I restart the computer, for some reason, the internet works, but the connection with the stream was yuck. Then I was like, all right, I'm going to do it again. And Anunnaki, I know I'm related to your kind, and I'm included in the suffering. And I know we've been struggling. The alien struggle is real. Yeah. But besides the struggle that we're going through, we are going to do this where I was going to do the live stream, even if it was buffering for a little bit, and then do the phone live a little bit later, and that's what we did. So and we're talking about the New Orleans prison break and aliens and stuff. All right, so I'm going to go back to those doors that were jerking on must have been a magnetic lock. Okay. And then I'm going to see what I heard about those guys ran through your yard. Alien spaceship. I'm glad that you are okay. They didn't run through my yard, but they were kind of like back there. They were back, not back there, but they were. But basically, okay, you weren't being literal about that. I know you weren't being literal. I'm just kind of in a serious mode. Yeah, like in my backyard as a form of expression. Yes, they were like in my backyard pretty much. Yeah, not literally my backyard, but they were like in the area. Yeah, exactly. And there were sirens and stuff in the distance. Yeah. And then the suffering is expected. I feel great. Oh, hello, Shecky. Great to see you. Hello, Duke. Good to see everybody. Hello, Shecky. Hello, everyone that jumped in. Oh, New Orleans prison break. I bet they had inside help. One of those guards got bribed. Oh, I certainly believe they had to have inside help and you know a lot about engineering and you're a brilliant mind. And they had to have outside help to go and do stuff like that. and you're putting everybody in. They're putting everybody in danger. Okay, Anunnaki. So I'll show you right now. All right. So this is how they went through. So I think what happened was they cut through there and they went through. And you have to have, I would say, in my opinion, power tools or something to be able to get through that. So you have the toilet, and basically, Mary, everything's going okay. Everything's going okay. Yeah. So you have this, they took off, yeah, the Timu prison. Oh, thank you, 5Cats, for subscribing to all the fam. Okay, yeah. As I said, they're either spiders, they're shapeshifters, or what they did was they cut that and they put it back. So they put that metal thing, they put the pipes back, but they originally took them off. It went through there. And it's a brick, it's a cement wall. There's been other instances of them taking them out, going through the toilet. So they take off the refrigerator toilet, and they got through there. And as I said, one thing that I have to say that is absolutely ridiculous is how on earth are you going to take off this and not only break out, but go out the effing front door? You're going to go out the front door and run. There's no guards or anything. There's nobody in the prison. I mean, what kind of SH Shield show are we running here? You know, and I think that it's absolutely cringe. But yeah, they went through there. All right, so, and I think that it's a complete pile of nonsense. All right, and Bill says guards bring in contraband for extra money, so it's not a surprise they think it's an inside job. Oh yeah, Bill, and there's been, I saw an article before, a video from 2006 on YouTube where they had a problem bringing, they had pews in a prison cell, they had drugs and food and all kinds of things. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption here. Yeah, make prison great again. Bill, I agree. I think that there was at least one guard that maybe was in on it. Well, that's awesome, 5Cats. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. They have been really thin. No fat one is going to fit through that hole. Sugar honey iced tea. Thank you, Stranded, for correcting me, because I needed that because I was saying a Timu statement. WC means water closet, an engineering term. Engineering term for toilet. Yes, my grandpa uses the term water closet. I didn't know where it came from. Big time, one from the prison guards extension of such authorities had to be bribed and paid well to get them out. How did they know there was nothing behind the water closet? Exactly. You know, they had to have had inside help to know that. It always seems like there is some sort of help with prison breaks happen. Allegedly, with Ted Bundy, there is help with his prison break too. They say it in the UK. Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah, right on, Bill. Right on, Bill. It came from the UK. The American term of it, I go, John's, was the water closet invented Mr. John. Oh, okay. And the inventor, I think, was an English or Irish. Oh, okay. Thank you, Anunnaki. Yeah, sometimes people could be English and Irish. It could have been somebody that was both, or one or the other. It seems a short-sighted and foolish guard staff to be helping inmates escape. Yeah, it's really a Timu thing to do. I would say it's a form of Timu alchemy, you know, to do something like that. I mean, it's completely ridiculous to go and help these, you know, convicted people, you know, do that. It's absolutely, you know, inside cringe, inside cringe. A search for the individuals is currently underway. OPSO is working with local and state law enforcement agencies on the search to return them to custody, the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office said in the statement. Thank you, Anunnaki, for the information. Kirkpatrick said during a news conference that New Orleans police, including their violent offender warrant squad, the FBI, and the U.S. Marshals joined the hunt to find the escaped inmates, all violent offenders being held in the same jail tier. The Louisiana State Police were also searching. Didn't a woman guard help a prisoner escape a while back and they were having sex? I'm not aware of that story, but it makes sense to me. Oh, okay, chat, thanks. Police were still waiting midday Friday for a complete set of photos of the escaped inmates. Kirkpatrick said she said they notified some victims of the escapees, several of whom are facing murder charges or other violent charges. Police removed the family from their homes and took them to safety in wake of jailbreak, Kirkpatrick said. One of the escaped inmates, Derek Rose, who was convicted of murder in 2018 Mardi Gras shooting. My sister-in-law was fired from her job as a prison psychologist for fraternizing with a prisoner. Now she's a pole dancing instructor. Oh, scared. All right. Stranded, I am Iraqi with cowboy hat, was taught American engineering here in USA, and when we had good libraries, I drove to the world history and learned a lot. Facts. I can probably say I'm lucky, educated camel jockey with earned privilege of history and technology information. That's the one thing New York State I talked about last night. Suing instructor help. I saw a movie about it. Ah, okay. Oh, hello, Cecil. Scared. Scared. All right, so this is the toilet refrigerator. And they had to take all that stuff out. The water closet refrigerator. And they took all that apart. Scared. Scared. She asked the public to notify. Cecil is TNDR love. Tender love. She asked the public to notify police if there were victims or witnesses at the escapees' trials so that they could get help. She said the escapees probably had help, and it was unlikely they were still on their pursuit. All right, Stranded. Glad that you can understand. And Kirkpatrick was warned the public that if they harbor or help these escapees, they will be charged. The sheriff's office is laying some of the blame on the city for not funding prison security upgrades, claiming it has been asking for help for 5 years. Houston told reporters that replacing the locks along with the parish prison facilities is estimated $5.2 million. Well, you know, with this, I mean, and these people repaired the levees. Scared. Hopefully those levees, those Timu levees were repaired that they had. I mean, hopefully they didn't mess that up. Because it's the 10-year anniversary from Katrina, and I hope that we don't have some more Timu problems with that. All right. They are laying blame everywhere. Oh yeah. Also, and then you have I had heard that New Orleans is the middle of an election. I heard that New Orleans is in the middle of an election for sheriff, and maybe the jailbreak was orchestrated to affect the election. Ah, that's possible. And also, the sheriff is blaming Landry, is blaming the governor of the state, and just being political for a second. The governor is a Republican. He's on the MAGA side, and they're playing politics and saying that he had responsible for this some kind of way. And I'm thinking, I mean, he's far away to get that thing done. And the mayor, the governor said that to the people that they'll be next. You know, whoever's out in the loose, they'll be caught next and stranded. Well, we all learn things from each other in either directions or social encounters, person to person or via textiles, videos, etc. 10 years, I thought it's been longer than that. I'm scared. Election time is the worst time for this to happen. Oh, absolutely. I think definitely there could be some other, nefarious political motives behind it. I think that we, I think that we all have this concept of, we know that there could be false flags and things that we planned for right or for wrong. And I think that it's absolutely essential for people to, see the truth through the lies. And let's see. Even right now, you have the internet right now on the computers acting kind of wonky. So it's not even just something specific to the stream itself. They even left comic messages on the prison warden. Yeah. They put a smiley face and said, "Too easy, LOL." And "Catch me if you can," and hashtag innocent, and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And they're taunting the city. Should be the law of it. The attempt to break out of your sentence is increased to life without parole. If you're already life without parole, then increase to the DP. Scared. I think they got 1 year for escape. Oh, yeah. Let's see. And then what I did was I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Okay. And then, all right. So basically, we're changing the title of this because we have... Oh, come on, computer. Changing the title... Oh, come on. Oh, put it in all caps. That'll be better, right? NOLA Jailbreak Discussion and Aliens 2. All right. I noticed they spelled too easy to two. Yeah, because, I'm thinking, so I'm always using two with the exaggeration of two, but basically it was just 1 2 instead of 2. It depends on their crimes, Bill Fisher. Yeah, definitely. That's harsh, life without parole or death penalty for escape. Scared. And Cecil says it's better to keep the public safe than risk them having a problem. As I say, yeah, I don't know what the answer is, but you certainly can't have people on the loose that could be bad people. Now, there is a chance he could be innocent, and I might visit Bubbles and show y'all him.
Oh, he's resting right now.
I know. I want to show them Bubbles. Yeah, Bubbles is sleeping. Because I want to show 5 cats and everybody else Bubbles. All right. All right. All right. So let's go walk over to Bubbles. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's my stuffed animal that I had growing up as a kid. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. Baby cat. There you are. Now, I have to get something. Okay, let's see. Hey, greedy 5 cats always demanding Bubbles. He's so cute. It's a cute baby. Cutie cat. Yeah, Snowball. Scared. Yeah, Bubbles is glad that he's famous. He says hi to his new friends on YouTube. Yeah, so I think that there's certainly some sort of inside. It's an inside job. I think that they had to have known that there is something going on. I think that it's complete a disgrace and it's a humiliation to the city. Moxie was saying that about that yesterday. Yeah, it's a humiliation of the city. This is actually not my room. This is the front room, but he's always hanging out in the room. Yeah. All right, and this is a candle right there. That's a candle. That's not real. This is something like when I watch trials. Sometimes I will have this thing right here. Put a light on. This is I know that probably scared some people. This is a little smiley face. I like to. It's a nice pillow. He's happy cat. You like your friends? Hilarious 5 cats. Tucker and Archer are saying hi to Bubbles. They're rubbing their face against the phone. Aw, that's so cute. All right. How many are still out? There are 7 still out. He's loving on my SpongeBob slipper. Spicy, I want that kitty. Oh yeah, he's a very brilliant cat. And also, Inanaki said, I have a stray cat lives between me and my neighbors, and she got knocked up lately, and she popped 6 kittens. Told the neighbors, you got to feed it now. I don't like the single moms. my my fat fluffy ginger boy is bugging me, keeps kissing me with his wet nose purring very loudly. Oh, that's so cute. All right. So that's I kind of like that's my slipper right there, and he's kind of like he's glad to see us in the chat. Yeah. So there's 7 still in the loose, and they caught 11. Yeah, and Anaki said he thinks that he wants to go back to sleep. Yeah, he might. He might. Now he seems like he's enjoying the chat at the moment, but we'll certainly let him go back to sleep. Certainly. So I do think that with the people. There are situations where they they caught three of them, but there's still seven on the loose. And right now they're just somewhere. There had to be some inside help with it because they couldn't have just gotten out without extra help. This cat, he loves attention. Like when I'm watching trials and stuff, he'll call me over and he wants to hang out with me here. Yeah. He loves the attention. Tom said, whoever helped them needs to be found out and punished severely. They need to be sent to El Salvador. Oh, he's cleaning himself. Yeah, and he likes to play with his toys, and that's a little thing that I built for him right there. It's a little cardboard house. And this is his favorite toy right here. Yeah, it's Bubbles' favorite toy. Yeah, El Salvador, for sure. Yes, they could be hiding in their home. That's true. Scared. Oh, yeah, he loves his little house. Yeah, those are... And this is my stuffed animal from when I was a kid, a little baby. And I'll let Bubbles use it now. Yeah, see? Look. He's going to be resting again. I saw people reporting that $21 trillion bunker were for an alien invasion. Oh, yes. Thank you, Eugene. We'll talk about that. All right. So we'll come back to him. We'll talk about this bunker thing. Yeah. And you see, look. He's getting himself ready. He's cleaning himself. Cute little baby. I won't talk about it, Eugene. I'll talk about it. This kind of reminds me of the Texas and 7 escaped from the Texas prison years back. They deleted a cop robbing the sporting goods store in North Fort Texas, then ran to Colorado to hide like 6 months. Oh, that's a good age. They usually only live for 15 years, so that's a very good age. Rest in peace to your kitty. Stranded, I did not see the threat. I'd like to know some more about it. All right. So we're gonna be back to Bubbles. We're gonna talk about this other thing at the computer. I'm gonna go back over there. Okay. All right. So we're trying to load the web page. Right. He posted a pic of the seashells on a beach in a range and says 808,647. Scared. 99 of prisons criminals will never sell out anyone they successfully help out, and especially succeed in helping them escape prison. 86 means delete, and 47 is DJT, 47th president. Yeah, they keep on trying to delete the bro, the the president. They keep on doing this. It's like, regardless of political views, people got to understand that this other group, this other side really likes to have some violence. It really seems so. It was just some, music playing. Okay. 86, 80 miles from town and 6 feet under. Ultimate negativity. Exactly. Former FBI director doesn't know what 86 means. 80 means 80 miles from town and 6 feet under. Thank you. Orange Boogeyman. All right. U.S. spent 21 trillion to build a secret underground doomsday bunker for elites to claims former official. I agree. I agree. A former Bush administration official has made a startling claims alleging that the United States government has built an extensive underground network of bunkers worth 21 trillion. The bunkers, as the official said, were constructed from 1998 to 2015 with unauthorized spending, according to the report. Catherine Austin Fitts, and Secretary of Housing Urban Development from 1989 to 1990, under the former President H.W. Bush, made these claims during an interview with Tucker Carlson podcast. Fitts stated that the hidden funds were funneled into the construction of around 170 underground bases across the U.S. She added that some of these bunkers are located beneath the oceans. The Independent reported. And suddenly, Comey, I don't know what 8647 means, and maybe 8 and 6 got drunk and started yelling at 47. Fitz told Carlson that it was built in anticipation of doomsday. Moreover, she suggested that these bases were designed to shelter the elites and powerful, while also serving as a sites for secret government projects, including space programs. Hello, DJ. Good to see you, buddy. I'm glad that you're here. Mystery of missing trillions. According to the Independent report, Fitz cited in 2017 by Michigan State University e-commerce economist Mike Skidmore, which probed into massive unauthorized financially adjustments within the Department of Defense, Housing, and Urban Development. Skidmore report mentioned that 21 trillion is unsupported, and adjustment was recorded between 1998 and 2015. This raises the question on whether the U.S. whereabouts of these funds are. 2015 reported indicated that U.S. Army had 6.5 trillion in unsupported adjustment despite an annual budget of just 122 billion. These adjustments are normally minor and made the scale of these figures highly unusual. All right, I don't know, Mary. Thank you. Remember George Sol? Remember when Wasted Skin's son George Soros? Yeah, he named George. Alex Soros posted a call to assassinate the Orange Boogeyman on Twitter. That's completely disgusting. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Well, Tennessee is also full of caves. We will survive nuclear attack, I believe. Oh, that's nice. Underground cities and secret bases. Fitz inferred that at least 170 underground facilities exist on the U.S. soil and near its coastline. After conducting a 2-year probe and reviewing available documents, she suspected there are more facilities worldwide. Anytime the government is doing secret stuff, it's not good for us. That is true. That is true. Scared. The former federal officer described the sophisticated underground transportation, New York, and hinted that secret military energy system is likely powering these sites. Fitz further suggested that some of the fast flying, unidentified flying aerial phenomena spouted in recent years could be connected to it. Strand said, "Not me. We're number 3 on the list because of our defense supply and all the bases around here." Oh, okay. Past bunkers versus alleged new network. Although Cold War era bunkers such as the Colorado's Kenye Mountain complex of West Virginia, Virginia's Green Brief bunker are well known, Fitz alleges allegations imply much more complex and clandestine system created in recent decades. To no indirect evidence, however, has been presented to sustain her claims. Fitz also investigated that the banker profession has always been famous for advertising controversial theories. Fitz, investment banker by profession, also has been famous for advertising controversial theories such as those regarding the COVID, I said the word, the COOF, the jab, and international mind control conspiracies. The precise locations, extent, and characteristics of these reported bunkers are known as the identities of the elite's personnel who made access to them. I'm unjabbed too, Bill. The U.S. government has made no official statement or confirmations regarding the existence of the alleged 120 alleged underground bunkers and 21 trillion in missing funds tied to such projects. Here's a joke about humans. Scared. Here is a joke about humans. Humans always worry about the two things: if you are healthy or not. If you worry about two or more things: am I sick or I'm not? Are you sick? Wait a minute. Here's a joke. Humans always worry about two things: if they are healthy or not. If you will worry about two more things: am I sick or not? Are you sick? Count if you are sick. You will worry about two more things: am I going to be deleted? Going to die? Oh. Hello, Bob. No UFOs here today. All right. Thank you for the update. Scared. Count if you're sick. You will worry about two more things: am I going to be deleted or not? If you're going to be deleted, you will worry about two more things: then I am going to heaven or hell. Thank you, Anunnaki, for that. About the Earthlings. It's very fascinating. We're talking about what we think aliens are. If they could be fallen angels or if they could be aliens from other planets. I think both could be true. I think that there are some that are from there, some that are not. All right, Bob. All right. So, yeah, it depends on about, we're kind of talking about who they could be. Some people think that, I think there could be good and bad aliens. And a lot of aliens we see could be a deception from the fallen. And also there's aliens actually visiting the planet as well. I think both could be true. The yin-yang, yeah. What evidence supports Catherine Austin's Fitz claims? A2 Fitz claims... Yeah, I saw a study that basically what Bob's referring to, we only use a small fraction of our brains. There's more of our brains that we don't really use. And Anunnaki might know more about the topic, but yeah, I've heard about that, yeah. Count if you're going to heck two more things when Satan will tell you, how do you like to be burnt crispy or extra crispy? What evidence supports Catherine Austin Fitz claims? Fitz claims are largely based on financial reports, unauthorized spending, particularly in 2015 report by economist Mark Skidmore. However, she also has not provided concrete physical evidence or official documentation proving the construction of the alleged underground network. Oh yeah, Bob, absolutely. It's, beyond our realm of imagination to comprehend. So there's yeah, exactly. There's these different scales that society goes through, these different levels. This user Zero was sending to me, cursed zero, the Kivesh scale. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but basically, as society advances more and more, they'll be able to do certain things. For instance, like harvesting the energy from the sun with solar panels, and maybe harvesting energy from other galaxies and other stars. Then they will be harvesting even more information. Then we could go through different dimensions and stuff like that. My point is, there's a lot of stuff that in the future we can't comprehend, and things right now that exist that we can't comprehend. That's why when people don't understand about aliens or God or whatever, it doesn't mean it's not necessarily not true. They're just not maybe ways to completely explain it right now with certain supernatural things. But yeah. And Bob says, so the phenomena occurs as it relates to you. Yeah, like remote viewing. Like remote viewing, yes. Yeah, like remote viewing. And now Anunnaki says it's a hoax, which I saw in Google. It's a hoax, allegedly. It came from way back in the 16th century when doctors were attempting to study human brain and discovered it charges 6% nerves pulses after deleted. The slang is 6%. All right. Oh, well, thank you for that. All right. And then it jumps back up when I'm trying to read something. What is evidence to support Catherine Austin Fitz claims? Fitz claims, and all right. Fitz claims that large base of financial reports, unauthorized spending, and particularly 2015 reports by economists Mark Skidmore. However, she has not provided concrete physical evidence or physical documentation proving this. Oh, I know, Bob. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah. And it's best, Bob, like what you're saying, it's best to live in the present, not the future or the past. And although, anxiety about the future, could go all day about it, or fears and depression from the past, you could just live in the present moment is the best. Like I'll say, 100 years ago, they weren't able to have the technology we have now. We're all able to talk on this platform and in the chat. They wouldn't be able to do that. So I do appreciate the technology we have now and the time period we're in. Live in the day. Yeah, live in the moment. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. And, we can't worry about things that we can't control. We have power over our minds, not outside events, usually, or sometimes. And I think it's good for people to understand, because a lot of people don't understand that these days, and we have to understand these concepts of, being in the present and not being in different places where it could be, cause a problem. Now, strange sightings over Arizona skies spark new UFO fears. All right. Some are born with retarded conditions while others are born with proteage levels, aka genius. Yeah, there's different types of people with different abilities and stuff. All right, Tennessee, shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to Tennessee. And, we're also talking about the prison break that happened in New Orleans. And so basically 7 are still on the loose, and they caught 3. And also Bob says he has part of the Atlas. Scared. Scared's a funny thing, and I say that. Chat likes to laugh. Things aren't here forever. Be grateful for your surroundings. Amen. I think it's best to live each day as if it was the last day of your life, because, death smiles at us all. All man could do is smile back. And also, that's why I think that it's best to have that type of mentality, because in 100 years, we're not likely going to be here in 100 years, in 2125. So that's why it's good to enjoy the moment. I laugh when you said scared, faux show. Thank you, Shecky. Strange sightings over Arizona skies spark new UFO fears. U.S. fighter jet has been struck by unidentified flying object over Arizona skies, sparking fresh alien speculation. A United States Viper F-16 Viper combat jet has... Amen, Stranded. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Yeah, right on, Bob. Right on. And United States F-16 Viper combat jet has been damaged after being struck by an unidentified aerial phenomena. It comes amid a fresh uptick in the number of strange flying objects being sighted over the U.S. southern border, state of Arizona. News Nation Media Service reports seeing Federal Aviation Authority documentation confirming numerous encounters with strange craft. Oh, hello, Moki. Oh, facts. Awesome. All right, Moki, I gotta tell you what happened today. So, basically, what happened was I was going to go live earlier when I got back, but my webcam and my microphone were not working. My microphone and my camera were not working, and they completely glitched out, and I had to think about it and figure out what was going on, and the USB ports were not working. It wouldn't work with anything. So I had to restart the computer, and then it worked. But when I was going to go live, there was this, I was going to go live before that, but then when I was doing it from the computer way earlier, I saw that the internet works, but the stream connection wasn't going to work right. I went live anyway with the connection an hour later, and here we are on the phone. So basically, that is what happened. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for subbing to the channel. Welcome to the spaceship. And that's what happened, Moki, with the situation. So I wish I would have been able to do earlier, but here we are. Yeah, it's the Gooberman. It's the Gooberman. It said everything was malfunctioning. Everything's malfunctioning. But I wanted to do the live, certainly. And let me guess, Alien, it was Bubbles chewing on the wires because you forgot to dry his toys. Yes, that's true. He caught me red-handed. Moki, there's 3 people that were caught in the New Orleans prison break, and they believe it's an inside job, and 7 are on the loose, and the sheriff's blaming the Republican Mayor Landry, the governor, Republican Landry, for causing this problem. And basically, I don't think he was responsible for it. I think that, people can't take responsibility for their own shortcomings. It's very creamy orange. All right. And we're talking about a UFO sighting in Arizona right now. We've been talking about aliens and different theories. Thank you, Stranded, for hitting the like button and subscribing. I really appreciate that. We do these streams, phone lives, or in lives on the computer too. Most of the time, the computer streams work. And although there's sometimes they don't, but most of the time they work. And then we do the phone lives too. I show the garden. Oh, hola, Latina. It's great to see you. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Latina, so I could tell you. So basically, Latina, I've been going live during the daytime more frequently. And I have a group of people that we watch trials. And I've been doing them all day long. And also, even when some trials go on, my subscribers really like the streams I do during the day. I do streams at night too, but you weren't able to see them for some reason. But I do still do nighttime streams, but it's not the same schedule it was before. It's more random at night. But doing the live streams, and it's very popular with the trial chat group and my channel itself. So that's what I've been doing recently. But I still do late night lives, but I don't know if I've done them like I've used to do. But yeah, Latina, thank you for being here and chilling. All right. People can't take response for their own shortcomings. You're a genius. Thank you, Bob. And I think it's good for people to be responsible, because that's how you have control, over the situation and acknowledging a fault that you did, and then you can learn from the mistakes as you go along. And Moki, for you reading this, and also Latino, Moki is someone I met from the trial chat, and she's an alien enthusiast, and basically, y'all get along also. And she's been giving me a lot of great information about the alien theories and stuff, and from whistleblowers. All right. Battle of the Athenians, Tennessee, 1946. Oh, yeah, I remember that. We read about that before. Strange sightings over Arizona sky spark new UFO fears. Oh, Bob, thank you for your service to the country. I really appreciate that. I've heard a lot of people in the military have seen UFO sightings. I've heard that in the military they've seen them. Yeah, but thank you for your service. Source of the aliens. A United States F-16 Viper combat jet has damaged after being struck by unidentifying aerial phenomenon. It comes amid a fresh uptick of the number of strange flying objects being sighted over the southern U.S. border state of Arizona. I started getting into UFOs quite badly about 12 years ago, so y'all hot a jump, yeah. All right. I think there might be a video. I have to go and look. I think there's a video on here. I have to look. All right. News Media Service report seeing Federal Aviation Authority documents confirming numerous encounters with strange craft. One reportedly struck the Prespex canopy of the A1 million, causing the aircraft to be grounded for repairs. The new Pope will disclose. Oh, you gotta jump. Okay. Okay, well, thank you for being here and subscribing. I really appreciate you, Bob. Nice meeting you. All right. So, what's its name? Arizona shares expansive military testing grounds with neighboring Nevada, home to secret Area 51 testing facility that has been associated with otherworldly flying saucers for decades. President DJT has invoked the Alien Enemy Act of 1798 to respond to predatory intrusion of the United States. And Bob says, AZ is a crazy state, you want to go. Yeah. Oh, I know some people in Arizona. It's a cool place. It's the Wild West. Not the murderous alien predator of Arnold Schwarzenegger's film, but the fundamentally human need to seek, satisfy, and scrutiny, or a quick buck. Now, defiance analysts are linking an uptick of the region's long history of alien invasion scares to surge the use of cross-border during drug smuggling, they are claiming. Glad you're doing good with your recovery, Anunnaki. You got your first laser, now you need a lens. Ah, okay. Yeah. So, lasers are really cool. I like lasers. They're good at pointing at things and stuff. Something in the air. There has been a lot of activity, particularly on Arizona border. A lot of people are reporting a lot of things. Former director, Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, Luz Elizondo, national TV. I'll play the DOF whistle. Now it's a UFO calling song. Oh, the dog whistle. Oh yeah, so Moki was telling us about this before, that there's a dog whistle that can summon UFOs. That's something she told us about that we discussed on the show with her here. One incident flared across the local headlines in November. Strange lights were seen in the night sky above Bullhead City. Footage quickly went viral on TikTok. Despite being linked to the headlights of the road vehicles driving through the nearby hills, incident has further fueled the state's reputation as alien sightings and destinations. Scared. Where's the links? I'm not too sure what you mean exactly. All right. Because the links, I could post it. I could post a link to this in the chat. Hold on. Let's see. Put that there. I could post this link in the chat right here to what I'm reading. See if I'm able to do this. Let's go on here. See if the internet's being kind of slow again. I'm scared. It is loading. Here we go. Live control room. All right, so that's the link. All right. All right, let's see something here. Yeah, that is just some pictures and stuff. See about doing this experiment here where, yeah, it's connected to this thing. Let's see, because I don't have the charger stand right now. So I'm just going to do it like this for now. All right. So we have that. And I have to look at the thing to do it, but I was trying to charge the phone while I did this, but you know, it will just be how it is for now, so I could read this, okay? Because y'all could see me, it's a better view. Of the movie star Alien. All right. I don't think it's a regular dog whistle, just a certain frequency. High five, cats. So if the phenomena occurs as it relates to you, have a lot to do with the theme Baba itself through Gantius theory suggests. Oh, okay, thank you, Bob. Very interesting. Driving near their hills and fill through the state's repopulation as alien sightings destination. In 1997, photos of the V-shaped formation doubled the Phoenix lights, attracted global attention. All right, so come on. All right, so this is what they're seeing. Aliens, okay, so if aliens are from another planet, they're here to maybe deceive humans, and they're on the side of Satan, maybe, and some other aliens might be good, and they're just trying to help the people of the earth. Then you might have some other aliens that are trying to use us as guinea pigs, but I do think there are aliens that are actually fallen angels that are causing a deception to turn people away from God. So I think that's what they're trying to do, and if they're trying to find anything here, they're trying to find minerals and resources for their agendas. Kind of like mining an asteroid, but, you know, with life on it. Fewer accepted the U.S. Air Force's explanation that it was a group of A-10 tank buster aircraft practicing in formation flying with their nights on Another incident is that the 2001 convict convinced locals that the aliens had returned. Again, that Arizona Skyhawks skydiving team was carrying high intensity flares to kick off a nearby football match and didn't appeal. But now the FAA documents suggest U.S. Air Force pilots are aiding the to Arizona's collection unaccessible sightings, at least they're explained. All right, so here's a picture of it. Alien skydivers, right? That thing. Border patrols have been intensified in recent years, and one of the DJT's first acts was to order 6,000 extra troops to the region, supporting by armed personnel carriers, surveillance aircraft to combat. You're distracted. All right. So this is the UFO thing. Now, my phone is going to be going out soon, so I have to get another charger soon so I could be able to charge it while I do this. So I'm telling you, it's going to go out soon, so I have to end it soon. Now, I guess I could try the computer again or go live later, but, so it's going to be ending soon. Yeah, okay. So go over this again for Moki. Few accepted U.S. Air Force's explanation that it was a group of A-10 tank buster aircraft practicing. Right, as I said, Moki, we're not going to be on here for much longer, but we will probably, I'll try it through the computer. You send me the link when we're doing the computer live. All right. Few anticipated U.S. Air Force's explanation that it was a group of 10 tank buster aircraft practicing formation of flying their night skies. Another incident time of 2011 conceived locals that the aliens had returned. Again, the explanation that Arizona Skyhawk or skydiving them carrying high-intensity flares to kick off a nearby football match didn't appeal, but now the FAA documentations of the pilots are adding Arizona's collection of unaccessible sightings, at least they're explained. Border patrols have been intense under under the president, and evidence suggests that they're turning into a new generation of large drones or haul their deadly cargo directly to the market. Drones being used to delivery mules isn't exactly the U.S. authority. In documenting seizures, small craft carrying 5 to 10 kg from more than a decade. But technologies developed from the likes of Amazon to deliver large parcels across the urban landscape are being adapted for the drug trade. I know, what aren't the Russians telling us? That means that they're flying over further than before. The new research from Manchester Metropolitan University and Liverpool John Morris University has examined that the tendency for people to attribute unexplained events, paranormal, extraterrestrial events. Oh, that's good that you saw that UFO video. I've seen them too, and if you want to share that, later, we can. President Trump's new administration came to power, insisting it would tackle UFO issues once and for all. Scared. All right. Now the Trump administration has moved to shut down a secret FBI office dedicating to investigating unidentified anomalous phenomena. It has been public knowledge for decades that the Pentagon had been running the All Domain Anomaly Resolution program. So the FBI is also looking into them as well. Okay. I've never heard of that, Latina. Oh, I've seen that before. I've seen that before. All right, well, now I'll say, so the phone is going to be going out, so I'm going to, and I don't have a big enough charger to put it this way, but I'm going to be getting one soon. So we'll be ending the stream, and I see what you're saying, Anna. You could ask your question. But yeah, and I'll be, keep an eye out where I'll make another live, probably through the computer, and we'll be able to, but as I said, the connection is iffy right now, but we'll see about doing it through the computer also. And tomorrow I'll try to go live too on Sunday. All right. All week long, pretty much. Tic Tacs now. And, all right, everybody. So, yeah, the struggle is real. Struggle is real. Yeah. Also, there was low water pressure earlier, and the city was having some problems. Yeah. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like button. All right. Latina says, Anna Rising, do you listen to News Nation, what you check out usually? Yeah. Oh, new crop circles. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, as I said, sometimes the provider is known to have issues, but it's nothing like, it's a very, it's something else that's going on. It's, but anyway, so I don't know, the microphone, the camera had problems. It was just a hectic day. All right, everybody, have a good weekend. If we don't see you again until later on, whatever, we'll see you a little bit. Peace.